Welcome to a brand new episode of Too Many Games and Not Enough Time, the podcast where I get to speak to incredible gamers across the globe. I keep saying it, but I'm still surprised that we are on 4 series of Too Many Games. This is the reason I even started my own YouTube. So I always get excited to talk to gamers, and I'm super excited right now because I'm going to take you behind the scenes. You see this guest? I've tried to get her on more than once, but technology was technologying and it weren't working. But as you can see, she is here now because we have a YouTube partner. We have a Twitch affiliate. You can catch her doing up Spider-Woman with Ninja Warriors. She is my God of War pal. And more important, she is a lovely person. Lauren, aka Beukie Gaming, welcome to Too Many Games.
Thank you so much for that incredible introduction. Oh my gosh, I feel hyped now.
I'm glad I got you hyped, and it's well deserved. So we've known each other for a while. I've come across you online like many gamers. And I came across you all around God of War, like our love of God of War. So we're gonna start there. Cool. What was it about the God of War franchise, the reboot or the old school, that really sucked you in?
So I actually didn't start with the old school games, which I definitely still want to check out at some point soon. But I know not all of them have been optimized for the current consoles that we have at the moment, like PS5 and such. But I started with the 2018 version, which was the one set in Midgard. So much fun. And it just got recommended to me loads because I started originally with Ghost of Tsushima, and I was looking for a game after that would hit the spot, and everyone was like, God of War is incredible. So I checked it out and I fell in love with it so much, and then got the collector's edition for the new one that came out recently. And honestly just loved it so much. It's also like, I don't know, I feel like story-based games that really hit home just are different for me. I'm not like hugely into things like first-person shooters or like Fortnite or anything. I like story-based games, and this one just like has this incredible story, incredible soundtrack. The actors are amazing, so just so worth having a look at if you haven't played already.
Lauren, you are preaching to the choir. I love story games. That is me. I love a narrative. I love to get lost in a world. And that's a good shout because Ghost of Tsushima is incredible. I say this all the time. Ghost of Tsushima is the best Assassin's Creed game ever made. And it really, even though obviously it's not Assassin's Creed, but yeah, it really sucked me in and it took you into a world. And one of the horrible things about these narrative games is when you finish, you have a sense of loss, like you feel like something's missing in your life and you need something else. So to actually be able to go into that and go into the God of War reboot is dope. And I've played a couple of the old God of Wars, but I didn't like them. I felt they were a bit, I thought they was a bit too hack and slashy. I felt they were a bit too corny. Like they was just a bit too over the top for me. They just didn't really, they didn't suit my palette. My palette. So when I saw the reboot, the 2018 reboot, like I was blown away, and it was giving me very Last of Us feels. Like I always state that The Last of Us really changed what PlayStation's first party lineup would be, and really changed what a lot of developers was like, oh, we can make a game that really strong narrative, and just the voice acting and the characters and just being able to be lost and just being able to even change the weapon and have a hammer and throw it and feel like Thor. Gas me.
All the different finishers, so cool. And like I feel like with God of War, what I like about the new ones is you can really see Kratos, the main character's character arc throughout the game, especially throughout the previous game and the one that recently came out last year, I think. His character progression is incredible, especially from like the old games. Even though I haven't played them yet, I watched some recaps, and like seeing him turn from this like killing machine into this like father and human being, and showing so much emotion and growing as a person, I think actually really changed the game for God of War. And I just can't wait to see what happens in the next one. I'm really curious to see where they take us. And you just see these like real life dilemmas as well with how him and Atreus' son interact. And I don't know, it just hits home. I've personally never played The Last of Us, but I watched other people's Let's Plays of it because I find zombie games quite scary. But so much fun, incredible as well. And I'm really excited to see what they do for season 2, because there's been loads of like film adaptations now of games, which is so fun to see as well. So yeah.
So you hit that so well. Like one of the things that proper stood out to me is obviously in God of War 2018, all he referred to Atreus as boy.
Yeah.
Boy. And then by Ragnarok, he's calling him by his name and he's like, Atreus. And just that arc, that growth and that arc was immaculate and a whole nother level. And I was literally blown away in what they would be able to do in that game. But Lauren, we're not going to spend the whole time talking about God of War because we could be here all day. But The Last of Us is, I know you might be scared of horror games. And it's not really a horror game. It's got zombies in it, but it's not super scary. Some people consider it as a horror game, but I don't. Play it, even if you play it on stream. You see me, I can do normal horrors like Resident Evil and stuff like that. I can't do first-person horrors, shook first-person horrors. But I started playing Resident Evil Village on stream, and the only way I could do it is on stream. Like I couldn't do it at home in the dark, but on stream with everyone with me, I was able to do it. So maybe you could stream The Last of Us because it is immaculate. But if not, just watch the show because the show is amazing.
Very true, and also Pedro Pascal, you know. But
exactly.
The thing is, I tried to play Resident Evil on my stream, and I have to be honest, still screamed my butt off. Like it, honestly, I'm just not good with horror elements because I'm a highly sensitive person. So like everything feels really like real to me when I play games, which I think is why people like watching my gameplay so much, because my reactions to things are really genuine, as if I'm in the game. And so if I play The Last of Us, I literally feel like I'm in the middle of the apocalypse being chased by zombies. So
well, that's how I felt playing Resident Evil 8. There's one point when this baby goes to eat me, and when I was editing back the clip, I looked like something took my soul. And when I finished the stream, someone said to me, how was your stream? I was like, stressful. Like I was sweating, like I was panting. I was like, this is meant to be fun. And then everyone in my stream's like, oh, you got to play Resident Evil 7 after this. No, I'm done. This was a one-time thing. This was a one-time thing that I did for you that you're going to be able to get, and then it's going away.
Props to you, though.
I don't. I ain't finished it yet, so you give me more props.
This is your sign to finish it.
Yeah, if I actually finish it, then you can give me props. Story and narratives always been a really huge part of my gaming experience and a part of me, and obviously it's a big part of you. But I want to take it back. Let's talk about little Lauren when you was a youngster and all of your freckles were showing on your face and everything there. What is one of the games that really grabbed you when it comes to gaming? Something that takes you back that you really remember?
Oh my gosh. So the games that I grew up with were actually, I don't know if you've ever heard it's gonna sound so silly, but the games that actually had, I think, the biggest impact on me in my childhood were actually the Freddy Fish games. Do you know Freddy Fish?
I do not know, but you need to break it down.
Okay, so these were definitely like children's games, right? Where you go on these like crazy adventures. You're a little fish and you have your best friend fish, and you have to solve these mysteries and like help people out, and then you unlock things.
He's a yellow fish.
Yes.
Yeah, I know who Freddy is.
And so Freddy Fish is something that I grew up with. Same with like Pajama Sam and Put Put, and like that whole franchise I loved. And then obviously The Sims, I think, is one of the main ones I grew up with, to be honest, because I loved creating my stories in The Sims. And I used to make little short films in The Sims as well, which is so much fun, which I think, because I work in film and TV at the moment, like outside of content creation, and maybe that kind of like made my love for that come to be, I guess. I don't know. So I definitely love doing that. And then I think the first big game that I personally finished was Dragon Age Inquisition, which is way later. But I used to hop from game to game a lot. And then I came across Dragon Age Inquisition and it changed my life. Like I adore that game so much. And I'm still waiting for the next Dragon Age to come out. I don't know if it ever will. but so good, so good.
Beukie, can I give you a confession?
Tell me.
I've never played Dragon Age.
Oh my god, get out of here.
I've got to leave my old podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know where it is? I'll tell you where it is. I'm more into Japanese RPGs more than Western ones. So like I've played hundreds of Japanese role-playing games. But the first real Western RPG I got into was The Witcher.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
That's proper like new. That's only a couple years ago. That's the first Western RPG that proper grabbed me, and I loved it. And I fell in love with the lore of The Witcher and proper like Geralt. And I've watched like the animes now, and even I'm listening to one of the audio books and love the Netflix series and stuff like that. But yeah, I feel from what my experience is of a role-playing game, those more kind of Japanese ones are the ones that so I missed out on Fallout. I've never played Fallout.
Me neither. Up until recently, I never played it. I've just started playing it, and it's been so much fun.
Yeah, so that's something that's kind of missing from my back catalogue. But it's interesting that we spoke about The Last of Us earlier, and like what's happening with Fallout right now, and how there's a resurgent with games that are becoming more successful and popular again because of the other media. And like you said, you work in TV, so like Cyberpunk 2077, which had an awful launch, and then when the anime came out, it flew out the window. And then obviously The Last of Us being really successful, and then that doing well, and then Fallout show's been so successful, and then the sales have gone crazy about it. So what is it that you've been enjoying about Fallout, and what do you feel about this cross media of like anime, films, adaptations of games?
Well, so okay, so I kind of also grew up with Bethesda games. Like I love Skyrim. I think Skyrim is one of my most played games of all time. On my Steam library, I've got so many hours in Skyrim.
I haven't played Skyrim either.
Oh my god, Midas, when we finish this podcast, please get your shit together. Fallout. Okay, so we started watching the TV series, obviously, and I loved the first episode. The reason I hadn't played it before is because this whole post-apocalypse element of it, like ghouls and stuff, and these mutated monsters and out in the world, that kind of scared me. But then I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna play at any moment in my life, now's the right moment because loads of people are watching this, and so I just booted it up, and honestly, it's so much fun because like it's not just about surviving in the apocalypse. It's also like your settlement building, which is so much fun. Which honestly you can spend like hundreds of hours on. And the story is really fun so far, and the shooting's really fun. Actually, I find the shooting super fun, and it just makes me think. I'm always like, I feel like that's what I love about games. Like it makes me think like, what would I do in this situation? Like if the apocalypse happened, then I had to would I go into a vault? Would I stay up? I don't know. So yeah, I haven't watched the Cyberpunk anime yet. But I heard it's amazing. I heard it's incredible. The thing is, I feel like anime form is perfect for most game adaptations. I worked on the Witcher TV show from season 2 till the most recent season. So I feel like it's really nice to see all these like film and TV adaptations of games, because you have them with like books and stuff as well. But I feel like as games, I think people have finally realized, I think, that gaming actually can be really incredible, like the general public. And I'm happy it just brings these stories to the surface that other people who are not into gaming might not have discovered before, you know. But I definitely need to check out more of the anime series. Arcane, I guess, kind of counts also as like an anime series for is it League of Legends, I think?
Yes, for League.
And that I loved Arcane. That was so good, so good. So yeah, sorry, go ahead.
That's I haven't seen Arcane either, but I'm gonna watch it. Do you know what? I started it, but I couldn't really get into it. But I think at the time, like, you know, when you're multi doing different things, and I just don't think my vibe. Kudos for you working on The Witcher. Such a good series.
Thank you.
Good. And what I really love is that Henry Cavill actually took an inspiration from the Geralt of the game. So that gruff Geralt voice that he put on, that I just thought was immaculate, which was super dope. Because from my head, game Geralt was Geralt, so to hear him sound like game Geralt was super dope. But Lauren, one of the things I want to touch on is one of the things I really like about you is your personality is genuinely happy. You're bubbly.
Thank you
You're a
so
smiley
much.
person. When you game and when I watch your YouTube stuff or checking out any of your stream, you always seem so energetic and so involved and love what you're doing. So talk to me a little bit about why and how the journey of you actually becoming a creator came about.
Okay, so actually my journey also started during lockdown, same as you, because at uni I tried to do like a one-off episode every once in a while of like games I was playing at the time, but nothing ever happened. Like I got maximum like 20 views I think on my videos, but I just did it for fun. And then one day lockdown hit and I was sat at home and fell into Animal Crossing as most people. Started making a few Animal Crossing videos, and then all of a sudden Ghost of Tsushima came out. And I was like, this game looks incredible. And I just decided to make a video on it, and it somehow blew up. I don't know how it happened, it just blew up. I got like 1,000 followers in a week. It really overwhelmed me because I was really overwhelmed by the fact that so many people were watching my video, and it really scared me because I was like, oh my gosh, like these people are all gonna form an opinion on me, blah blah blah. Does it just take time to like get over that? I feel like when you start creating content and you actually get views and like there's loads of opinions online, so you have to kind of learn to shield yourself for some of them. But I wasn't used to that at the time, and I was like, oh my gosh. And during lockdown, I was just like, I have all this time. So I just started making content. Like, I think I almost uploaded every single day at one point. And it just kept growing. And I think last year was actually the first time I got invited to like the influencer events. Like I got invited to the Last of Us event by PlayStation. And it blew my mind. I was just like, I can't believe I'm getting these opportunities. So I think that's pretty much where it started, to be honest. Also lockdown, like it was just a way to keep myself busy. And like actually the main reason I'm making content, I feel like, is because it forces me to finish games. Because when I'm playing by myself, I don't necessarily feel forced to like finish a game. Whereas now people are actually like waiting for the next episode. So it's like I have to finish it. And it's been really fun. I don't know. And it's like a good way to bond with people over similar interests, because not a lot of my IRL friends are into gaming. So it's been like a super fun way to connect with people with similar interests and to find gaming buddies, because I've always done like a lot of solo gaming, but now I can actually like play with people, which is super fun. So yeah.
That's dope, and you've done incredible things, becoming a YouTube partner, Twitch affiliate. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Thank you so much.
And it's dope to see how just natural and genuine it was, and it's really interesting to speak about that whole understanding people's opinions and stuff like that, because I remember the first series I ever produced as being a host on YouTube, which was for GRM Daily. And I remember if I go back and I watch like season 1 to season 4, I can see me changing depending like in reacting to what people said in the comments. Where like now I don't do that at all. Like now, so comfortable within my own content. If someone's like, oh, he's too hyped, then go somewhere else, because if you come to me, you're gonna get hyped. Where before I'd probably try to dull down my hype because I'm like, oh, people are saying I'm too hyped. So being able to shield yourself from people's not opinions, but opinions on who you are, because you can't please everyone in the room. It's impossible. Like
100%.
being genuine yourself, and if there's a million people in the room, everyone's not gonna like you, everyone's not gonna love you, but the people who generally do, and it takes you. And I think we've only met once in person.
Once or twice, at an event.
Yeah. So we only met once, and we've interacted online. And even me, who doesn't know you that much, like I'm just in awe of your energy. I think you come across really nice and so genuine. So yeah, what you're doing is good, and it's important to kind of really understand yourself.
Thank you so much, Midas. Also, likewise, I just want to say that I feel like you should never like dim your light for other people anyway, because these people see such a small snippet of your life anyway, online. So, and also, don't like it, don't watch it. So
exactly, there's so much creators out there. Go and find someone else thingy. But I appreciate that. All right, Beukie, we've been spoiled. We're like some spoiled brats. We got too much sweets in the shop to choose from.
Too many.
I want you to tell me obviously we spoke about some classics. We spoke about God of War. We've spoken about Ghost of Tsushima. But what is one of the games of the past, for this generation or the end of the last generation, that really stood out to you, that make you go, oh my gosh, to be able to be a gamer is amazing?
Oh my gosh. I feel like the whole hype I saw around the Spider-Man games, the Marvel Spider-Man games, I think that's the main one that blew me away last year. Like finishing that series and be able to do that on my YouTube channel has been like mind-blowing. And seeing how passionate people get about the like Spider-Man universe as well. Loved it so much. Like, I don't know, it was just like fun interacting with people over it. I'm also just in awe of like, I don't know, there's just so many different communities you can join online. Like, for example, the cozy gaming community with like Stardew Valley, and I just love those as well. There's just something out there for everyone. So I feel like, personally, I don't know, I hope it doesn't sound lame, but I love Stardew Valley. So I feel like Stardew Valley, definitely one of them. And obviously Spider-Man, these are like huge titles though. Ghost of Tsushima will always be my favorite one.
Listen, Stardew Valley, when Stardew Valley came out, I got it from my missus on the Switch. And I remember one day, like, I messaged her and didn't hear from her for like 2 hours. And I've called her and she's not answering. I'm like, what's going on? Like, something happened. So I call her again. I'm like, are you okay? She's like, oh yeah, I've just been playing Stardew Valley for the last 4 hours. I'm like, I thought you dropped off a cliff or something. I thought something's happened to you.
She just disappeared.
She just disappeared off the earth because of Stardew Valley. So that's really dope. And I really loved your Ninja Warriors
oh, thank you.
Spider-Woman video. Cracked me out, especially you as the reporter. That you was making me laugh.
That makes me so happy. It was fun to like actually pour something creative into that, because I was like trying to figure, because I wanted to do something around the launch, you know, and
yeah,
I just started thinking, I was like, you know, what would be so cool is like doing this crazy like indoor obstacle course pretending to be Spider-Man, and I just asked a few friends to come along, and it was just so much fun. So I would love to do that for more different game releases in the future, actually, because just
it was
so much fun.
It was proper fun. And I never forget the first time playing Spider-Man. I was lucky enough to go E3 at LA, and it was
amazing.
It was the last E3 that PlayStation were at. And I went there and they had Spider-Man at the booth, and I remember swinging around New York, and I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. And do you know how good swinging around New York was?
Tell me.
I finished that game and then I found out there was fast travel. Didn't even know. The whole game, I had no idea that there was fast travel because it felt so good. I didn't even want to.
No.
There was no reason for me to use that fast travel because just traveling around that game was sick. And I love the combat. Like, I think the combat in the Arkham series is so good. They made Batman feel good.
I still need to play that.
So good. But I feel like Spider-Man's even better because Spider-Man's so fluid and he feels light. And I prefer that fluidness of jumping up and down rather than the gruff strongness. So yeah, Spider-Man, that reboot was incredible, and the Miles Morales and how well they did really representing both his black and his Latino heritage. So super
and the music
dope.
The music in that game is so important. Like, it's just such a big part of like Miles as a character as well, and it really like made him distinct from Peter, and it was just so nice to see that like difference. I don't know.
And I even like, you know, people moan about the quick time events, but I even think the quick time events is cool. When you got the big cinematic moments and you got cool, proper sick. Lauren, we're running out of time. We're only a short form podcast.
Oh, really? Already? It's been so quick.
Yeah, I know. It goes so quick. I could speak to you all day. One of the things I want to know is your name.
Yes.
Beukie Gaming. Where did that come from?
I feel like it's not a super interesting story, but it's basically just based on my last name. And also Beukie is actually kind of a nickname people gave me in school because it's kind of like a short version of my last name. So I was like, you know what? It's actually a Belgian name. So I was like, I'm just going to take that. I was thinking of changing it into Loza at one point, and I was like, people know me as Beukie now, so there's no point in changing it. But yeah, it's not like a mega interesting story.
No, I was interested because when I was young, it's funny because the like in the hood, Beukie is an old slang.
Oh, is
so
it?
Beukie used to be a slang of nerd, but when it was in a
No
negative
way!
connotation.
I did not know
yeah,
that.
Yeah. So when people when I was younger, being a nerd wasn't a cool thing. So so when you called a nerd, it was kind of a negative connotation.
Yeah.
And in the hood, people used to say Beukie. They used to be like, "Oh, you're Beukie, blood. You're Beukie." So I was like, "Oh, why she call herself Beukie?" Proper blowing my mind. So since I've known you,
oh God,
I've been proper wondering. I've been wondering why she calling her. So there's probably some people coming around. I'm like, "I'm she Beukie." Like,
I'm learning every day. I really hope that's not an offensive name now. I'm worried.
No, it's not offensive. It's not
Okay,
offensive.
okay.
It's just basically like calling someone a nerd, but if you say it in a negative connotation.
Okay, well,
rather than where nerds are cool now, innit? So for me, I like it. You remixed it. You made something that was
into a positive,
a negative into a positive.
Yeah, I knew that totally. That was totally on purpose.
that was totally the plan. Beukie Gaming, where can the people find you and connect with you if they love your vibe, if they love your energy, and they want to support and become part of the Beukie Gaming collective?
Oh wow, we call ourselves the wholesome noodle cult.
Oh, I like that.
So I'm obviously on YouTube under Beukie or Beukie Gaming. Same with Twitch. We're about to hit 1,000 subs on Twitch, which is crazy. Madness. And then also Twitter, obviously Instagram, TikTok. It's all the same name, so I'm sure you can find me. And also, please check out Midas, because Midas is incredible.
Oh, thank you so much. I super appreciate it. And I super appreciate you lot staying to the end of the video. Like I said, Lauren's got such a dope energy. Make sure you go support her. Check out her content. It's the vibrancy you're seeing in this energy, in this episode. It's not just because of me. This is who she is and this is what she does. But let us know in the comments below, what are the games that really stand out to you? What are the big cinematic masterpieces that you cannot forget about and you always need in your life? I've been Mr. Midas. She's been Beukie. You're amazing. And we out of here. Peace.
Bye.